Hey, what's up? This Key Wielder Oblivion. I have a video regarding Ventus and if he was a nobody or a half a nobody or a pseudo nobody during the entirety of Birth by Sleep. So this theory comes from some in-game facts, but also something that a YouTuber that I watch actually rediscovered. So, like all theories, this will build on actual facts from the game and try to connect them and make sense. I'll build on some news a YouTuber HMK discovered that was actually forgotten, but I don't know why I didn't think of this. But an interview with Nomura, Nomura stated, long story short, nobodies don't age. And what HMK concluded from this is he connected that with the new news about Larium and Marluxia. You know, Larium's somebody. The reason why he's in Union Cross is because he became a nobody during Union Cross, and he stayed a nobody throughout the entire universe up till Chain of Memories. And I have a theory on that about he's not dead inside that room. He's still locked inside there, but whatever. But anyway, so HMK connected Nobodies Don't Age with Marluxia and Larium, but I want to connect Nobodies Don't Age with Ventus. So this kind of just explains how Ventus is in Union Cross, which makes sense, but now we don't know how he turned into a nobody during Union Cross, but we know he had to turn into a nobody, or he got into the darkness. But let's go with the nobody because I already tried making theories about the darkness before. So let's assume Ventus, this is the thing about theories, I always assume stuff, but let's assume Ventus became a nobody in Union Cross, right? What I want to tell you guys is that since Ventus became a nobody, he's a fake nobody. That's my theory, because I think that the process to make someone into a nobody went wrong for Ventus, or someone did an experiment on him and it made him into a pseudo nobody because the experiment wasn't as thoughtful, or it was a prototype experiment. It's not the same as how Xehanort could, I don't know if he's the one that makes these nobodies, but you know how when a strong Keyblade wielder loses their heart, they become a heartless, and their shell is left behind with the will of its own. It becomes their nobodies, and they keep their memories. So I think Ventus, he became a nobody, but whatever turned him into a nobody was not like the real way to get turned into a nobody. So one thing happened, he became a nobody and got a trait of a nobody, which is the not aging part. But I think that since he's a pseudo nobody, he still has his feelings and everything like that, which is why we go into the Birth by Sleep time and he can cry and laugh with his friends and stuff like that, because he still has all his feelings. And I think he's a fake nobody. But some facts from the game is that, remember, this wasn't young Xehanort, it was Xemnas and Braig explains to Sora in Dream Drop Distance that nobodies truly don't have hearts, but will try to replace it the first chance they get. And this kind of goes inside with what Ventus did in Birth by Sleep. At the beginning, he had half of his heart, and he tried to have Sora mend part of his heart and stuff like that. So that's him as a nobody, but a pseudo nobody because he still has his feelings from his human side. Watch this part real quick and we'll see.
But understand, one can banish the heart from the body, but the body will try to replace it the first chance it gets, for as many times as it takes. And so I knew, even after we were divided into heartless and nobodies, it was just a temporary separation.
So with what young Xehanort said, I mean not young Xemnas said, was that you just nobody will try to replace its heart the first chance it gets. And that's what Ventus did with Sora. Ventus tried to use Sora's heart. He didn't try to steal it. He tried to have Sora's heart mend his own heart so he can become a whole again. And that's the essence of a nobody, which proves that during the entirety of Birth by Sleep, he was a nobody. But then here's where this theory falls apart. I think there are two events that made him weird into a nobody. I think in the Union Cross era, he was a nobody because he's still in like the Birth by Sleep era because the vast distances, or maybe he did get into the darkness, then he became a nobody in Birth by Sleep. But I think he was already a nobody, and then what Xehanort did to him, because we already know, I think what Xehanort did to extract his darkness actually made him lose that heart. I'm forgetting right now, but what he did was not turn him into a nobody, because normally if you extract someone's darkness, you're taking out you're splitting the person, you're taking out their heartless form. But that's not what Xehanort did, because if Xehanort actually took out Ventus's heartless form, Ventus would have then become a nobody. But remember, Ventus is not a heartless, he's negativity. So because he's a negativity and he's not a heartless, does that mean that that's another way that Ventus can become a pseudo nobody again? So this theory combines two things. Either Ventus became a nobody somehow in Union Cross, or he became a nobody somehow in Birth by Sleep. Or maybe he was a nobody in Union Cross, he got the ability to not age, and then in Birth by Sleep he probably got an unknown ability because of what Xehanort did to him that we don't know yet. And that's weird, because at the end of Dream Drop Distance, I think that Ventus, he's still young. At the end of Dream Drop Distance, we see Ventus smile while he's still sleeping, and he looks young. Look at this. This is Xemnas right here. We know how Terra looks when he ages. He looks exactly like Xemnas, but remove the gray hair or the silver hair, remove that hair and replace it with brown. I think Terra's hair is brown, and change his eye color, and that's exactly how Terra would look if he was currently in Birth by Sleep. Well, if he was in the real world but in Birth by Sleep time, because remember, from Birth by Sleep to Kingdom Hearts 1 is 10 years. So that means we know how Terra would look when he ages 10 years, because that's literally his body right there. We know how Aqua will look, because she didn't age at all because she's in the darkness. And Ventus is sleeping in that castle. We know Castle Oblivion does not change a person's age. Castle Oblivion literally does nothing to a person, because some people have a misconception that Castle Oblivion makes you lose your memories. No, remember, it made Sora lose his memories because Nominate was the one controlling Sora, changing up his memories. Castle Oblivion had nothing to do with it. They made us think that it was Castle Oblivion. So we know how all three of them, two of them, why they look how they look. But what about Ventus? Why is he still in Castle Oblivion looking young? I think that scene is a new scene. When he smiled, I think that scene is like a new scene of him actually in Castle Oblivion. And it's not like a past scene that they showed us him smiling or whatever. So I think Ventus is a nobody currently, or he's a pseudo nobody because of this thing that HMK found out again. Nobodies don't age and stuff like that. So I just don't know how to apply it to Union Cross, but I feel like somehow, somewhere, when Larium became a nobody, Ventus also became a nobody, but he became a fake nobody, a pseudo nobody. He still kept his feelings and everything, but he could travel through time. But then again, how did he lose his memories? Maybe the experiment went wrong, turned him into a pseudo nobody. He went to sleep, lost his memories, and then he just woke up because of Xehanort, and Xehanort did some foolishness to take out his negativity, making him kinda into another pseudo nobody, but I don't know. Thanks for watching, guys. I don't know how to explain this, but I think this is how it may go down. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe.
But no pouting. We see much bigger and better things in your future. once you side with us.
I know the Keyblade didn't choose me, and I don't care. I'm proud to be a small part of something bigger. The people it did choose. My friends, they are my power!
Those are just words. You've lost. Fine. See where your power gets you here. Xemnas! He's all yours!